Welcome to today's live section. Um, I trust you guys are doing well. Yeah. So in today's video, I'll be talking about societal issues. Yeah, societal issues and issues we face in the society and issues we've come about, like we come across on our day-to-day life in the society. So if you see me for the first time, my name is Sherry Moore. So you're welcome to my live section. Today's video will be talking about societal issues, like marriage and burial ceremony. Um, I wouldn't say I really had an argument today, but I had a discussion today with some group of persons, and I feel that maybe we should get enlightened about some certain issues that happens in our society. Yeah. So one of the issue is about being bereaved. Yeah, from the discussion I had, is about being bereaved, like when people find themselves, they lost loved ones, they lost people they've been with, they cherish for a long time, and situations happened and they find themselves in such situations. So one of those things is like marriage. Marriage is a blessing in our society. Marriage is a blessing. No matter what, is a blessing. Marriage ought to be a blessing, and it's also a blessing. He who finds a wife, or he who finds someone, your better half, is better than you being alone, and God will definitely bless you and prosper the works of your hands. Yeah. So I had a discussion today about some persons are in the school of thought that marriage is more expensive than burial. Like, people go through challenges and all that, and an argument of, not really an argument, it's sort of like a discussion. You're welcome to my channel. If you're just meeting me for the first time, just click on the like button and comment, put your comment down below on the section. And one of the discussion was like, marriage is more expensive than burial. And in my, not really argument, in my own discussion and in my own school of thought, I feel burial ceremony is more expensive than marriage ceremony. Like in Nigeria, where we find ourselves, in Nigeria here where we live, because of the society we find ourselves and the traditions in Nigeria here, they have traditions, like core traditions. You can't say in Nigeria you came from fine, you are from Zion, or you believe in one doctrine or the other. But no matter the doctrine you believe, or the belief you try to like take to yourself, that okay, this is what I believe, I am from Zion, I am from here, I am from here. But in all, we also have, in our African tradition, let me put it, African tradition, we have core traditions that there are some things that traditionally it is disturbing you, and you don't even know, you don't want to know, because of where you find yourself. Our tradition, what we believe in, we met it, we had our own encounter, and we practice them and just keep going. Life goes like that, you know. And I am of that belief that burial ceremony is more expensive in Africa, in Nigeria, where I come from, than marriage ceremony. Okay, let's take an instance. They have their own point, I also have my own point. Let's take an instance of let's take an instance of in where I come from. If someone passes on, let me put it that way, where I come from, the state I come from, the tradition I come from, everybody came from somewhere. You did not just fall from heaven, or you fell from wherever you come from the water, from the air, from the land. You don't just come from anywhere. You were birthed by a woman, and you came into existence through the coming together of the male and female gamete to form a zygote, which is you, and you came about existence into coming into life. So you find yourself, you don't choose the family you come from. There are things you don't choose in life. You don't choose the family you come from. You don't choose your parents. Yes, it is when you are an adult, you've grown, you've seen life, you say, okay, I don't want this person to be my parent, or I don't want this person to be my mother, I don't want this person to be my father. And you have to do it like legally if you don't want them to be your parent, you know. But where we find ourselves in the society, where we find ourselves, you know, traditionally, you come from somewhere, you come from a lineage, you come from an ancestry, like ancestral home, where you are traced that, okay, this person came from this place, it was birthed by this and all that. So if you look at your ancestral lineage, you will see that in African tradition, in Nigeria tradition, is very expensive. Burial is more expensive than marriage. From my own perspective, if you're getting married, you can choose how your marriage will be like, depending on the kind of marriage you want to engage yourself with, like practice, you know. Yeah, depending on the kind of marriage you want to, okay, you want to practice this kind of marriage. I want to okay, hi Maddie, how are you? Yeah, you're welcome to the live section. Thank you very much. Yeah, so okay, thank you. Okay, so you cannot actually choose where you come from in Africa, or okay, I was born by so 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 and so person from so so place. I choose to come from here by by if you maybe you change your country, you say, okay, I was born in America, I was born in the UK or the England. Okay, you can actually claim that part of where you come from. But our ancestry here in Africa, our tradition, like burial is more expensive, burial ceremony is more expensive than wedding ceremony. Wedding ceremony, like I said, you can choose to, okay, I want to get a court wedding, I want to do a court wedding, I want to do a traditional wedding. Depending on the area you come from, there are some traditions in Africa, yeah, in Nigeria, yeah, where the traditional bride price is very expensive. Where you come from, they put, but it's not as expensive as burial. You can choose to go to church where you worship quietly and say, okay, I just want to get married, myself and this my partner, we agree, we just want to go to this place and do our wedding, and that is it. Or you can choose to go to court, the court of law. Okay, I choose to do it like this, I choose to do it like this. Okay, thank you, let's do it this way, it's cheaper. And you can say, okay, I just want myself, just me, my partner, my, if you have your parents, okay, my parent, hello, hi, you have your parent, then if you have one or two of your friends or your guardian, you can as well take them along, like do the wedding. But for burial, in where I come from, it's quite different. Burial, yeah, first for my tradition where I come from, if someone passes on, the person dies, you cannot, in my side where I came from, I'm from Africa, I'm from Nigeria. Yes, where I come from, if someone dies now, let me put it that way, someone like passes on, where I come from, you cannot just take the person and put the person in the morgue, or just put the person in the mortuary. Yeah, you can't just put the person. traditionally you say, okay, I believe in this religion and all that. Someone that is the member of your, not your immediate like family, for where I come from, you have to call, like pass a message across to somebody that is related to your parents, like your if it's your mother or your father, their relatives. You pass a message across to the relative and tell them what happened, and telling them what happened before you take them to the morgue. Do you understand? Before you take them to the morgue, then they take them to the morgue. For where I come from, the more expensive, when you're talking about burial ceremony, is expensive than wedding ceremony. When you take them to the morgue, you know, you will have to do 1 week. Where I come from, 1 week you will do party, like people will come, people will eat, people will drink. During wedding ceremony is just only on that day that you're doing the wedding ceremony. Everybody's enjoying themselves, everybody's merry, you spend money on that day, you make preparation on how you want your wedding to look like. But burial ceremony is more expensive in the sense that you cannot choose how you just want to lay the person to rest, because the person come from a family, the person has a tradition, the person is married, where he married from. They will ask you question, what happened to my sister, what happened to my brother. Even when they know what happened to the person, they will also call for meetings, and you will tell them what actually, maybe what actually made the person to pass on. So you have to give them a detailed arrangement. And some traditions, you start making preparation for the, if they will take them back to their state of origin, where they come from. Some tradition, when somebody passes on, you have to take them back to where they come from. You have to go and lay them to rest there. While some tradition, you can bury them anywhere, but you have some things you have to bring back home for them. They call it tradition. So but where I come from, if somebody passes on, the first day the person passes on, if not that they cannot be done, maybe the person is very far off, the second day they will do a traditional rite, where they will sing, they will dance, they will eat. The neighborhood will know that something happened here. They have traditional dance, traditional bands they will bring. All those things cost money. You do party, like cook, eat. Is from where I come from, and they do these things. When they do it, the family will come, then they will start having meetings, series of meetings, where the person will be laid to rest. Well, if they are buying land, if they are laying the person to rest in their father's property, or is their property on in town or in the village. There are some states where in this Africa or this Nigeria, where you cannot bury somebody, if you are not from there, you cannot bury somebody there. So you have to make, yeah, if you are not from there, you cannot bury the person there. You have to make inquiries on where, what and what to do. If you want to take the person to where they come from, maybe the village, they are it could be very far off. So all those preparations, then before the burial rite. And you see, family, the unique thing is that some family, they might bring a budget, like, okay, this is the budget they will use in laying this person to rest. They will tell the children, they have family series of meetings. All those meetings does not come cheap compared to wedding, where you just have meeting with your parents. Okay, let's see, put a date, we're getting married. Yeah, it's not like that. Burial is not like that. You go for several meetings, there will be disagreement, a lot of disagreement. Burial ceremony seems to come with a lot of disagreement. Some people will quarrel, some people will, like, I'm not good with that date, I'm not good with that time. Burial ceremony is not when somebody, death does not really like beckon on you that I'm coming today. Death just happens suddenly. And if death happens, like somebody passes on, money will come. In the case of burial ceremony, money will come, because you cannot leave the person that passes on, you cannot leave the person there, just leave the person. You will need to put the person in the morgue, you need to inform the family and all that. So that's one of those challenges we have, especially here in Nigeria, especially where we live, where we come from. If something happens to anybody, it doesn't mean the person is mad or the person has bipolar disorder. When somebody passes on here, you will inform the family. The family will do all the rights they will do. They will inform them, they'll fix a date, they'll fix time, they will inform maybe the community, they will inform that there are even some villages here in Africa or in Nigeria here where you need to pay your village dues. If you don't pay it, they are not going to take you there, they are not going to bury you. On that day when the burial ceremony will start, they will on that day the burial ceremony will start, they will bring monies that you're supposed to have passed, the money they are supposed to, like, you're supposed to pay long time ago, they will bring it. So it's not really easy here. If you want to do any ceremony here in Nigeria, you have to plan very well. On that day of the ceremony, you will have to do party, like party. They will put the person, lay the person to rest. There are a lot of things you will look out for that you don't even plan for. The family will bring it. You will need to agree with them. All you're talking about is for the person to rest, be laid to rest. Wedding ceremony is not like that. So guys, I hope this video helped to enlighten you that burial ceremony is more expensive here in Nigeria, here in Africa, than wedding ceremony. Wedding ceremony takes a lot of money here in Nigeria. I would not dispose that. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of planning also. Especially when you're getting married to somebody that is not from your locality, somebody that is not your tribe. You are getting married to another tribe. You are getting married to another from another society. You have to look at, maybe you are a man in Nigeria, you want to get married, you are getting married to somebody from far away. Maybe you're from Delta State, and you're getting married to somebody in Akwa Ibom, or you're getting married to somebody from Plateau State. The states are different, the areas are quite different, So if marriage takes a lot of planning also, somebody who wants to get married next year, the person will start planning early this year. Or the person wants to get married in 2027 and the person will start making arrangements in 2025. I don't know if you understand. The person will start making arrangements in 2025 for a wedding that wants to take place in 2027. It gives you room to plan depending on the couples involved. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you want to do any of this celebration of life, or you want to do celebration of marriage and all that, it takes planning. It takes a lot of planning, and it takes a lot of timing, and it takes a lot of resources put together to achieve that purpose. But in my own opinion, burial ceremony are more expensive in Africa, in Nigeria, than marriage ceremony or wedding ceremony. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you so much. So I'll be giving you another update, like another discussion on something else. Like, let's discuss, what topic would you want us to start discussing on our live section? Just put it down on the comment section so that we can actually talk on that. So thank you so much. I love you, I cherish you, and I'll see you next time. So take care of you and have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on my live section.